Evening. It's 9:30 at night, and it's been a rough day for me. I set out today to, and I did one video about whether or not I'm going to be able to make it on YouTube or not. But I had an appointment at the hospital today to get the ultrasound on my leg to find out if there's a blood clot in there or something going on in there. And I get up there, and of course, I got there early enough, and they said that they called me and left me a message that they couldn't do the ultrasound because they needed authorization. Nobody called me, I said. Well, here they didn't even have my number right. So she had me go sit down and see if she could get it straightened out. Well, she never did get it straightened out. The only thing she said was, I needed authorization, and they were going to try to get it from the doctor's office. Well, in the end, it didn't work. So when I got home, it was not a fun day, that's for sure. But anyway, I called the doctor later on after I got home, and they said, I said, well, they said authorization. She said, well, that's the insurance. I said, well, nobody said anything to me about authorization. I didn't know anything about that. So she said she'd call Salem and find out. So I basically have to wait on that before I can do anything else. But I've been watching different people that on YouTube, different people that I watch talking about the new rules and stuff for YouTube. Well, apparently people that are already monetized and have been on here a while, they're already grandfathered in. And they're going to continue to give us, if we drop below the watch hours that we need and stuff, they're going to still give us chance after chance after chance. So as far as that goes, I'm safe. But I still want to come up with some ideas about how I can make my channel better. And somebody mentioned on here, because I put a short up about, and I like, and a lot of people like the music videos I put up, but this time I decided to use one of my pictures with my black wig on, and it only lasted 15 seconds, and I did long, cool woman in a black dress, and I had AI dress me up in a black dress and knee-high boots, just doing a simple little dance to Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress by the Hollies. And one of my subscribers come on and said, I thought you was against AI. Well, I'm against AI trying to place us, our videos in different places, but I like using AI once in a while because I can't get up and dance like they'll let me do with my legs and stuff. But anyway, I tried to explain to her that, that it was me in the picture, it was me in the AI, a picture of me, and it was just AI helping me be able to dance. That's bottom line. So, but after, and it always pays to do your research. Don't listen and just don't take one person's word for it. And the email that I got from YouTube, dig more into it. But I went ahead and signed the contract that I would work with them to do that. And, but lo and behold, I'm grandfathered in on this channel. I'm not on my other channel. And any other channel I might decide I want to start. But I thought to myself, okay, and after I got home this evening, I'm sitting down, calming down, and I haven't been able to add in screens to my videos that I do on here. And I can do it on my desktop, and I can do it on my laptop, but I put my laptop away because it's not supported in a lot of areas. My video apparatus is not supported. So I thought, well, maybe because my desktop won't load up like it should, but I can do everything that I need to do on my desktop. And I thought, well, how can I do it on my phone? So AI did, and AI showed me how to do it on my Android. Took me a little bit of going back and forth and looking and searching, and the lettering is so little, but you have to squeeze it out to make it bigger and stuff. But I finally learned how to do it. So, and AI helped me with my thumbnail for one of my videos. So, and it's much easier doing it on the phone, sitting here in my chair, and as opposed to sitting in the office chair when it just hurts the back of my shoulders and my back so bad trying to sit in that office chair at the desktop. So, using my time wisely, even though I was distraught over not getting to have the ultrasound, I said to the nurse at the hospital, I said, can you answer me something? Now, they're looking for a blood clot in my leg. Now, wouldn't you think that people would recognize that that's urgent? That we need to get this done? I mean, you want to talk about incompetent people, and that's anywhere. And then most of these people are younger, much younger than me. Now, even I, and I'm not in the medical field. Of course, I did take some classes on, what do you call it, for the office work for insurance, I forget the name of coding, insurance coding and stuff like that. I did take some classes on that. And so and then I got lost in the hospital. Of course, I've got my walker that I'm got the wheels on it and walking through there, but thank God my leg didn't get so bad that they had to sit me down or something like that. But I've been using my time wisely. But I did go get me some ice cream. I'm telling you, I did. I got me a half a gallon of ice cream. In fact, when I'm done here, I'm going to go have me some more. So, it's like, how bad do I want to do that? I mean, I watched several people talking about this and what the new rules are and everything. And this one guy said, go back to why you started this in the first place. Just continue to do it if you got a certain message that you want to get out there to people. And like I said, I'm grandfathered in to what I need to have now. And so far, I still can't do a bunch of walking videos, not here where I'm at anyway. And there's not too much out here to show anyway. I could try to walk down over there and show you the chickens, and go down, maybe help with feeding them and stuff like that. But there's too much. It's not level enough, and I would surely trip and fall and make things worse for myself. So everything I do, I'm either going to have to do in the car, or sit on my porch, or sit in here, something like that, something on the order of that. So I'm going to have to find some ways to step up the game that people want to watch and see. I can't do the cooking things. First of all, I don't like to cook, and what I would cook wouldn't be very interesting anyway. So I'm not into fancy cooking or anything like that. And I'm not going to show you how I move things around and stuff because that I'm almost done with all of that. There's still a few things that I want to do, and but I did go out and I did find myself an easel that I can sit on, and one of them little folding tables that you can take and you can sit at your uh, chair and eat off of if you want to, or do different things with it. And I can sit the easel on there, and I can sit here and draw. So I got all the stuff that I'm going to try to draw for you. It ain't going to be a whole lot, and I'm not that good, not really. It takes too long for me to draw a horse face and stuff like that. So I'm just not that good. Now, I can do much better if I'm looking at a picture or something, but the horse faces I draw by memory. And I can do flowers and stuff like that, and I can experiment and draw for you guys while I'm sitting here and film it. So I'm going to try, folks. I'm just really not a quitter. Now, like my first marriage, man, I should have quit the first year with that man. But thank God I didn't. I wouldn't have had the other two kids that I've got. And but I stayed for 14 years. An alcoholic that beat me all the time and cheated on me, and sometimes right in front of me. Starved us, moved us around the country. Now, as far as moving around the country, that was very beneficial for me and my kids, because we got to see a lot of places. We got to meet many different kinds of people, and he was a worker, regardless of his alcoholism. He was a worker, but he spent all of his money on alcohol and other people instead of us. But still, I got through that 14 years of that, so I'm not a quitter. It's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm not a quitter, and I continue to try to find ways to make my life better so that I can be of some sort of resource for other people. So that I'll sit and talk to my daughter for a couple hours on the phone, and we toss different ideas back and forth while she's talking about her work, and and I can throw some insight in there to how people want to operate and stuff like that. So we throw ideas back and forth, and I don't have too much contact with too many people, but after the test today, or the wasn't a test, but after I went up there, headed back, I called my brother and said, ask if he could. So I stopped to see my brother for a little bit, and it's at one of them low-income housing that I have applied for, but the people that the nature of the people that live in these places, for the most part, most of them have a poor mindset, and they have these notions about things that ain't true and ain't real at all, but that's the way they were raised. And I can't deal with some of that. And I would be in dire straits all the time because it would stress me out because I would want to be kind to them, but I'm me. If it got too much for me, I'd just walk away and I wouldn't, it would end up too negative for me, basically, bottom line. So I don't know. I have always known I don't want to do that, and I tried it once, and that wasn't good for me at all. So a year of that, and I got out of that. So here I am in this camper, and things are starting to come together better and better. But of course, and I'm dealing with Sassy with her old age and how I need to get her to the bathroom and stuff like that. So I have a few spots that I need to get scrubbed up because in the middle of the night she can't hold herself, and even at best, if I got up in the middle of the night to let her out, I don't have an outside light, so it burned out. So I have to get, there's different obstacles that get in my way to make things more simple for me. And sometimes it's those certain things that discourage me. So, and then living in a camper that I've got holding tanks on the bottom of the camper, that when you go to the bathroom, those holding tanks fill up first while they're draining out into the sewer. So, and it's not the most pleasant smell in the world. It's almost like an outhouse that is standing right next to you sometimes. So, having to keep air moving through here and stuff like that, and then that gets too cold. So I have to deal with certain smells that I don't want to deal with. Those little obstacles like that make me uncomfortable, puts me in a discontent that I can't find that peace. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to come up with some different ideas other than the drawing. Like I said, the drawing's not going to be a whole lot. Now, if I can get some, I had bought watercolors before, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but they were brand new. I never used them, and my great-granddaughter likes to do all that stuff, so I gave it to her, and she just loved it. So I'm working on different things, and I've got an idea for another channel, but I'm not going to let you know what it is. If you run across it, you run across it. If you don't, you don't. I'm a little bit afraid to start it because it's gonna involve some acting in it, and I do like to act a little bit. So we'll see. So if it piques your curiosity, I'm sure that you'll start watching for it, but you probably won't find it. So, bottom line, once I get through certain things and I settle it in my mind, settle it in my heart, then I can start moving forward and I can get past those obstacles and learning to be sly as a fox. So I have a couple ideas for some things that I want to do, but I haven't figured out how to do it. But what I really like is that I was able to go in and find out how to put end screens on the videos that I put on here. So we'll see. And I'll see about trying to put an end screen on here. And AI, it picks out the thumbnails for me. And then explains to me why it picked that particular thumbnail out. So we'll see. Now AI is good in some things, but and maybe I'm looking at this whole AI thing wrong. I mean, they have it picking where my videos are going to be shown, and maybe my like the thumbnails aren't good enough, and maybe the titles aren't good enough, and people want to watch them and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I'm just still learning, like so many YouTube creators. But I did get monetized long before a lot of people have. So I'm not giving up, folks. I'm going to keep pushing forward. Like I said, I don't give up that easy. And it's not over till the fat lady sings. And I have lost a lot of weight, so I'm no longer that fat lady anymore. So there's not going to be no fat lady singing. Also, I'm going to have to go through my clothes too now because I've lost so much weight. And I don't want to hold on to them just in case I gain that weight back. No, I'm not going to gain that weight back. It's just that bottom line. So anyway, I'm still working on things, and I'm still trudging through, and I'm not going to give up that easy, folks. And so it's as the saying goes, as Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right. And Proverbs 23:7, I think it is, says, as a man believes in his heart, that's the way he will be. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. You can do anything, because all things are possible with the anointing within you. You have a great day. Talk to you later.